Cool, so this is a demo of the Strymon El Capistan dTape Echo, which is a digital tape echo simulator. Look, it's loaded with a whole bunch of options, which I probably won't use a lot of, but what really attracted me to it was just the quality of the sound and the quality of the delays and the ability to degrade them as per an old tape echo. So always the delays that I've used have avoided that really pristine digital sound. I prefer that sort of faded, perhaps slightly lo-fi delay sound. So this is it. So it's currently bypassed, and I'm just running the Fender Telecaster into Fender Tremolux Eric Clapton combo, which is a 12 watt 6v6 combo. So this is the bypass sound. Okay, let's turn on the, sorry, just for those who have a foot fetish, let's turn on the Strymon. So you can hear the modulation, which is their, I guess their digital approximation of that tape modulation sound. So just this first setting, there's a famous Irish guitarist that has been known to be a bit partial to delays, and I just thought I'd demonstrate something that's similar to what he might do. So you get the drift? Okay. Now, there's just so many variables that can be adjusted on the El Capistan. So I'm just going to quickly demonstrate a couple. I'll just get out of this high mix thing. So the first one here is the tape age. So when it's all the way counterclockwise, it basically sounds like it's meant to sound like a brand new tape. Rack off. And as you turn that up, you get more of an aged tape sound. So the top end sort of rolls off, and again, as you get it higher up, it degrades the tape even more. So it really rolls off the top end. The repeats are pretty self-explanatory, just controls the number of repeats, so at minimum it's just one repeat. And the wow and flutter is an idiosyncrasy of old tape machines where when the heads aren't quite tracking right, it introduces a bit of like a warble modulation effect. So I'll just sort of turn it up a little bit. Turn up a bit more. So it, yeah, it really does introduce that. Okay, and of course it has a tap function like most good delays. So how I mostly use it would be just in the background of, so if I was playing just like a blues tune. So that's how I mostly use delays, just to add a little bit of depth, because the Clapton amp has no reverb, it's bone dry, so if you turn it off. Just turn it back on. Now the ones of you with pretty good ears can hear a little bit of reverb, because one of the great things about the El Capistan is it has a built-in digital reverb, which is accessed through what's called the secondary functions. If you push down both the tap and the bypass buttons at the same time, each of these knobs takes on a different function. So yeah, so the secondary functions are when both the buttons are depressed, the time actually becomes a reverb control. It dials in how much digital reverb's added to the signal. The tape age becomes a low end roll off, so that at minimum level there's no low end roll off, and at maximum there's quite a lot of low end roll off. The repeats become the tape bias control, which is again a control for simulating degradation of the tape. The wow and flutter becomes it's called tape crinkle effect. An old tape gets all kinds of irregularities in it and again degrades the tone. And the mix control secondary function controls a boost. I think it's a 2 or 3 dB boost. So what we might do is just demonstrate the reverb. So both down, and I'll turn it off. And then I'll turn the reverb up. So it adds a bit of reverb in, and just to get a bit silly, we just dial up a bit more. So that's a pretty deep reverb. I usually have it set about just there, just a bit of enough of a hint of it. I might just quickly demonstrate the low end roll off. So just again both on. Okay. So this is with no low end roll off. Okay, and then we'll just roll it off about halfway. And then just all the way, just for effect. Okay, so I just have a little bit of it rolled off, so about there. Okay, the tape bias, again we'll just turn that off, so no bias at all. It's like a new machine. So we'll just sort of bias it a bit that way. So Okay, and just to really go all out. So you can hear it sort of degrades it a bit. So I'll just put that back there. And now the tape crinkle effect, I'll just turn it off. Okay, just turn it up about halfway. So I just to put the mix up just to accentuate the effect. Okay, and I'll just turn it up all the way. Things get really a bit crazy in this situation. So there's some pretty weird stuff going on. Again, I keep these just wound back a bit. I just like to avoid that really pristine digital sort of echo sound. I much prefer. Okay, so that's that. Now there's also a loop function, and I'll just quickly demonstrate that. I am by no means across this fully, and I apologise in advance for what's going to sound barely musical, but just so you know. So. All right. Ah! How do you stop it? Okay, so as I said, not really musical. I need to work on that a bit more, but for the loopers out there amongst you, you can hear what it does, and you can also hear how it degrades as well. So look, I guess I just want to show how I would use it on a usual gig. So this would just be my sound at a gig if I'm playing the blues. Just adding a little bit of depth and ambience to the tone. So that's how I would use it. Cool.
Cool.
So,
Awesome.